you just like every week? No, Mike. Oh my god. Every week. Okay, so start again. I forgot. Right. Welcome back to part 8 of the Dodge Charger series. Now I have a mic that's on. I'm not doing things with my lips. Right, so this is how far we've got this so far. And we are going to be doing the bonnet and then add in some of the interior and stuff today. I will just change this camera over in a second. So for those of you that are new here, I'm Kez. Phil is next to me. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat and I will answer them as best as I can. Okay, so just going to switch to this camera here. There we go. So I have my piece of wood here. So I'm just going to raise that up a little bit and zoom in here. Let's take that out of the way. So there we go. So I have here the razor tip spear shader. This is the medium spear shader. It's at a 45-degree angle. Great for shading. And I have the razor tip SL3 and I'm using this. I'm going to set this to about a 37. So I'm just going to give that a quick clean just to make sure that it's clean. I don't want to start out with dirty tools. I'm just going to turn that on. And where's my reference photo gone?
She's lost her reference photo. Did that one there?
Yeah, I said I had it a minute ago. Okay, so there is the reference photo. So we're going to get some of this in. This is dark interior here. So I'm just going to put that just there like that. And possibly bring that down a little. There we go. So, we okay at that, do you reckon? Yeah? Do you want to zoom in a little bit more? Just let me know if you need zooming in a little bit more. So, I'm going to start with this spear shader. I'm using this on its edge. So there is it flat, and what I do is twist it ever so slightly. Okay, so I'm using it on that edge there, and I'm just going to go backwards and forwards across there. Now this is the swinging motion that I'm using, and it's just swinging backwards and forwards. And what I'm doing is lifting the tip of the pen off the wood each time, going that way and that way, so it's like a U shape. So I'm just going to get some of the layering in here. It's pretty useful to put a base layer in first. I always find that it's easier to burn when we've got a base layer in, because when you burn any layers after the base layer, you've got a little bit more control because it puts a layer, it puts like a skin over the surface of the wood.
Oh, now she's took a pause.
Sorry.
Joining us today, Mr. Mick Dews, trouble himself.
Mick.
Ward Wilson from the west coast of Arizona.
Hey up, Ward, it's see you for ages. How you doing?
And Andy the Valley Wood Turner.
Hey up, Andrew. How are you, Lucy, and the kids this week?
She'll get a tongue wrap around that one day.
Yeah. There we go. So just get in there. So we want to leave this bit pretty light. So trying to just gently, there's no pressure on this pen. So when you do pyrography, you don't need any pressure. It doesn't matter what pen you're using. You could be using this type of pen. You can be using a solid point, spoon shader, any sort of make or brand or whatever. You just don't need to put any pressure on. You are aiming to burn the surface of the wood rather than burning into the wood. So just gently go backwards and forwards on there. Just getting some more, get the layers in, just moving backwards and forwards, and I'm just going to go over again. You can see a few little gaps in there. Do you want me to pull that in a bit, do you reckon?
Go on then.
Yeah, so I'm just going to pull that in a little bit so you can see that a little bit more. Pull that down. There we go. So it's probably a little bit better for you. I try not to get my head stuck in the camera. So yeah, just bringing that across there. So I'm using the tip. I haven't got a pencil. I've got a pencil over there.
Not really.
Where's your pen? Pen over. Right, so what I'm using is you've got the tip here and then you've got this first third, and that is what I'm using, the first third and the tip, just to get into these smaller areas down here. So as I come down, I use more towards the tip just to gently shade in there. And then I've got this bit that's coming down, so it'll be the, yeah, I remember what it's called. It's where the window is, the other side, window post. So using the tip again just to bring that in.
Mick says this weekend has been a lot cheaper than last weekend.
Oh, has it? Well, what you been doing this weekend, Mick? Hope it's not been too strenuous. I think you need a break after last weekend. I've got the shakes today. I don't know why. So I'm just going to use the opposite side. So I was using this side, I'm going to use opposite side. So when I use the opposite side, I'm going to twist the opposite way on my pen and pull down. Just there. But I'm going to leave a little line there because we've got a highlight where the light is hitting the windscreen.
He's not buying stuff at his show.
Ah, yeah, I suppose so. That's true. True there. So what you been up to this week, mate? So I'm just going to put in another layer just while we're here. How is everybody else anyway? What are you all up to this week? Anything good? Recuperating after the show last weekend is the main thing, isn't it? It's like, you know, your brain goes into buzz mode, doesn't it? Just bringing that there. So I'm still using that edge, so twisting away from me to put that in. So that's just burnt a little bit dark, but not to worry because it needs to be relatively dark anyway. And it's just where the pen is quite...
Nick says he's been making loads of steampunk hats this weekend.
Oh, cool. Have you had like orders for them or something, mate?
Waiting for them to dry.
I think you found a niche. So what I'm going to do is twist. So using this edge, I'm going to twist that way. And I'm just going to pull down there. So just pushing away. So from right to left.
Hayley Woodenbill's joined us. And
Hey.
she says, afternoon. Oh, sorry, some of us have been working, unlike Mick.
Hey up, Hayley. How are you doing? How's Mom? Hope she's doing okay. And the rest of the family too. So pulling that over there. Just from right to left. Just getting them first layers in. There we go. So when you, so that's kind of hard to come that way. So what I'm going to do is change my hand position, so I'm coming over the top, and I'm going to use this side, and I'm going to twist that way, and then pull that down. So when you first burn on a naked piece of wood, it can scorch quite badly if you leave the pen on the surface even just for a split second too long. So by adding a very light layer to start with, like your base layer, it helps to reduce the risk of getting those burn spots and blobs. And
yeah, Mick says there's a few steampunk fairs in Newark in the next few months, getting ready for them.
Ooh.
Hayley says, all good thanks, Mummy's finding her mojo again, so that's good.
Yay, that sounds fab. Sounds fab. It's always good news. It's always nice to hear that, isn't it? So what I'm going to do again is this side here, this edge here, and I'm going to twist that way, and I'm going to push across here just to add layers over here. And just remember, the slower you go, the darker the burn. The faster you go, the lighter the burn. Just pushing that across there. Now for anybody that wants to go back and re-watch this and do this, the link to the line art and the reference photo is always in the videos. It's always in the
description.
That's the one. The description, the video description. So if anybody wants to go back over and print them out and go for it, then all the materials listed and everything are in there. So just pulling that across there. There we go. So it's just filling that in. And as you can see, as you can see here, that is a lot darker than that. Okay, so we've got to put a few more layers on here. So let's get them in. There we go. That's a bit better. Look, as you can see, the difference in, you know, the tonal value on there is quite massive. So I'm just going to start back over here again and just add some more in. So now we can move relatively slow without a scorch, because we've got that base layer on there. There we go. So pulling it across there, so it's moving really slow. As you can see, it's burning nice and dark, because the slower you go, the darker you burn.
And Andrew from AJK Woodworks has joined us.
Hey up, Andrew. How are you and Debbie? Hope you're doing okay. Hopefully you've recuperated after Newark. It's great to see you guys. Although I think I only saw Debbie for about 5 minutes. Hope you guys did alright there. So just pulling that across there. Just sort of, I'm just layering this up to get it nice and dark. In fact, actually, I can now safely turn up to a number 38. I was on a 37 and now I'm on a 38. Doesn't sound much in regards to, you know, going up, turning the temperature up, but with this machine it is quite a big difference. So bringing that across there. Just gently, no pressure on this pen. Just gently bringing it across. Getting those tonal values in. Wow. Coming back over here.
Andrew says, I had a good time. Debbie only got to spend a few hours on Saturday. At least she didn't spend much.
Did you spend much there? I think the most we spent was food and drinks, wasn't it? We didn't actually. Oh no, you did. You bought. What did you buy? The cleaning thing for your sander, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So he bought a cleaning block for his sander. It was a pretty cheap weekend.
And some jaw holders.
Oh, so you got jaw holders as well. Yeah, from Steve at SK Crafts. Yeah, so picked up a couple of bits from him. Yeah, it did quite well. I meant to go and buy some paints, and I didn't. It was too bit. Every time I came to Mick to buy paints, we started chopsing about something, so I actually didn't even look at the paints.
Plus you didn't take your list of what you needed.
Yeah, that too. Hayley was better than me. She took her list. She got a list in hand. It's like, I need this, I need that. Yeah, and I completely forgot mine. what I need to do is copy the list into the notes in my phone. So I'll always take it, as long as I remember my phone. Which normally when I go to places like that, I remember it. Alright, so I'm going to come back over here now and just bring that.
Oh, Andrew says I'm saying nothing, Phil, on what I spent.
Oh, okay. Why is Debbie listening? Yeah, bringing that over there.
Amy says, I love a list, plus I just forget all the time and get too distracted. Yeah, Kez is the same way.
Too much. Oh, I must text you actually, Hayley. I will text you in a bit. I've had a reply from Mick, so I will text you. I'm just going to bring that over there. Just to add into these layers. Actually, I'm going to twist to this side, and I'm going to twist over, and I'm going to pull that way. It's going to go pretty slow.
Nick says, I know what Hayley brought out to look after it all.
That's what you were there for, Mick. Come on.
Cloakroom attendant.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I don't know who the gentleman was from your club, the Dukeries. I actually had a in-person course at Turner's Thursday, and he turned up to pick his wife up. I don't know who it is though. Short hair with black rimmed glasses. I'm not quite sure. I didn't even get his name. So, but yeah, his wife had attended one of the courses, and yeah, I recognised him. So that was pretty cool. So just bring in there, yeah, because she was saying that she wanted to add pyrography to his turning. So, and I must say she was pretty good at pyrography. Just bringing that over there, just to meet that. I'm not going to put much on there. There's, you know, just that little bit there. Just going to add a bit more in there.
Mick says, no clothes, you've just described half the club.
I did think that when I said it, but you know, it was I think he was one that was demonstrating with you at Newark, and that's probably half the club again. But I say I didn't catch his name. I know his wife's name's Catherine. That's all I know. I don't get details of who's booked on. I just get told how many. So I don't get names or anything when they book through Turner's. So, right. Now what we've done is lost that line at the top, so this line here. So now we're going to put that back in again. So I'm just going to use the tip.
Mick says surname would help. She didn't even get his first name, so you have no chance for the surname, mate.
No, I don't get names. So when they book through Turner's, they get the names. I don't get the names, I get the numbers. So, you know, you've got so many on this month or so many on that month, you know. That's all I get. I don't get any names at all. So he recognised me because at first. Because he says his wife was talking to him, and he says, yeah, she came to the stand at the weekend. And I looked at him, I went, which stand? I was at lots of stands. And he went, the Dukeries. So I was, so that's how I know. So now you can go around Dukeries and find out who came, because I have no idea. It's your homework for next week, Mick. Yeah, give you some homework. But yeah, no, I have no idea. So I don't get names. I have to ask people's names as we introduce. So just using the tip just to come down here and just put that little black line in there. There we go. So what we've got on this side here is another black line down there, so I'm just going to fill that in. Quite often you can go dark, and then when you put a layer of burn or colour or whatever next to it, you can lose it a little, so you do have to go over it. Don't be scared to go over and burn dark. There's no problems with adding extra layers, even if you think you've gone slightly dark enough. Sometimes you just haven't, and that's okay. So we've got another black line the other side here of this doorpost. So I'm just going to take that down. So I'm using the very tip, and I'm just going to swing backwards and forwards. I don't want to put one long line in, because it'll start off dark and end up really light, because the wood takes the heat out of the tip, so it always just looks like it's running out.
And Lucy Bundy Rose joined us.
Hey up, Lucy.
Lucy.
How are you, Andy and the kids? So by moving backwards and forwards and going over your line in shorter strokes, it helps to keep the lines nice and consistent. Actually, I'm just going to pull that down there a little bit, actually. So I'm using the edge, so I'm twisting sideways, and I'm going to pull. There we go, because we've just got a little bit down there. There we go. And then I'm going to put this little bit in here, so just twist in that way and push across there like that. So just using the tip just to get that in. And there we go, and then we've got this window wiper, and I've actually lost my lines on here, so looks like we're winging it.
Lucy says we're good, thanks.
Good.
Not needed any bail money this week, so that's a win.
Yeah, that's always a win. That's always a win. So just using the tip just to pull across. Now, as you can see, I'm going over many times, and that is just to try and keep that line consistent. So just bringing that all the way, and it stops about there, that black line. There we go. And I'm just going to add another layer in there, because that is really black in comparison. So just going to go over again. Now I can go over a little bit slower. And there we are. So that's darkened that down quite nicely. And then from about here, we've got this bit here. So we're just going to pull that into that window wiper there. Then the arm of the window wiper is about here. Actually, I'm going to turn that down a slight bit. Mr. H has just gone somewhere. Oh no, you're back again.
I was just checking if the dog was still outside.
No, I put the dog in. I thought you'd gone to make coffee.
Nope.
I was just going to say, I can't. You haven't turned the screen. So just using the tip. Now I've turned this down to a 36. I was on a 38. Turned that down to a 36. I'm just taking this across here. It's just this bit here.
So Mick says, have I gassed the burner up, Phil? No, I haven't.
Just bringing that.
I was about to say, I don't know where it is, but I've just spotted it.
It's there. Over there.
Lucy says she's been busy uploading things to Vinted this afternoon.
Ooh. It's always good to have a clear out, Lucy. Always good to have a clear out. So just bringing that across there like that, just creating that shape. That window wiper stuck on there. So actually I'm going to go a little bit darker. So I'm just using the tip just to go a little bit darker just on that bit there. There we go. And then what we've got, actually that comes across there, doesn't it? Comes down there, so I'm just going to fill that little bit in. He's gone to gas it up now. You must have reminded him, Mick. Just fill that bit in there like that. Actually, I'm going to just bring that around. And down, that's it. There we go. Right. So we've got another window wiper on here. So just gonna get that in. So there's a little bit just there. So I'm still using the tip because I'm putting in, you know, sort of relatively small details. And then bring that in there. So I'm just adding this bit in, and then I'm going to come across there like that, bring that down, and actually that kind of goes over the top of that one there, so make sure that that's what it does there, and then filling these in, gently moving backwards and forwards across the surface of the wood, and making sure that we're not putting any pressure on. I always find that if you put pressure on, you cut into the surface of the wood and it goes all bumpy over the grain, and it causes a lot of dark spots. Right, now we've got the steering wheel, so I'm just going to go over like that. So I'm coming from the darker area into the lighter area just because it's easier. Your pen naturally starts off dark and gets lighter, so use that to your advantage by starting somewhere dark, and then you know that you're not going to scorch the wood, because the yellow overburn is not really that nice. It's a bit ugly. I mean, it's, if you go in for that look, then perfect, but in this case I'm not going for that yellow overburn. So just going to pull across there to create this tiny shadow here. So just pulling across just to add that in. Lots of little details going in today, lots of layers. So I'm just going to use the tip and just pull down just to define that steering wheel just a little bit. There we go. Right, and then what I've got, hang on a second, find my knife, can't find my knife. Give me a second, I'll find it in a second. There we go. Just put that there, turn that off a second. So what I'm going to do is, this is quite light and it's just where the sun or the light is catching on that arm. So what I'm going to do is just put that in. So we've got the dark in here and just over the top. So what I'm going to do is use the tip. So I'm going to turn to the left because I'm scraping to the left, and I'm just going to take out a bit of that burn that I've put in just to create that lighter line all the way across there. It goes all the way up.
Just coming back to the vintage one, seeing as I was guessing torches and everything else up.
Let me just give me a second. I'm just going to switch to this side because I'm going to pull it towards me.
Okay.
Go on then. You're right.
Yes, Lucy says she's got 2 parcels to post this week. Problem is the kids keep growing, so I never get to transfer my balance back to my bank.
Yeah, but at least it's like recycling your money, isn't it? You've only bought it once, so you just keep recycling your money. That's a great way to do it, though. Come on.
Haley says my new pyrography machine is still in the box.
Nice.
I need to wait till I have a bit of time to set it up and experiment.
Yeah, yeah. It's always good to have time. So what I'm going to do again is just above this black bit here, there is a light part again. So what I'm going to do is twist away because I want to push away. I'm just going to push and just gently scrape. Now, when you scrape, you are scraping in layers. You're not gouging the wood. You are aiming to just scrape the surface off, not anything else, because what you don't want to do is fluff up the wood and end up not being able to use your wood burner over the top. It makes it difficult otherwise. So I'm going to twist this side, I'm going to pull towards me this way. So yeah, so just be mindful that you scrape it off, you put it on in layers, you scrape it off in layers. Just as if you were wood turning, you would turn it off layer by layer. You don't just stick a gouge in there and it all comes off magically, does it? So I'm just going to pull down on this bit of chrome here. So what I'm doing is just cleaning up these sections is all I'm doing. And this one too. Just cleaning up these sections too, just so I know where things are. Otherwise, you just get a little bit lost. There we go. So that's nicely cleaned up now. I'll put that there so I know where it is. And turn this back on again. There we go. So what we can do now is get in some of this bit around here, this window. So just using the edge, twisting that way, and then just gently putting that in there. Now I've got this, still got this on a number 36. I haven't changed the temperature. Just adding that in. I'm actually going to twist that way, and I'm going to pull down to sharpen that line up a little bit, just going down that post. Back to this side and pull it across. Now I've sharpened that line up. So pulling that over there. And there we go. So that's in there just nicely. Right, now what we've got is this dark line here, just in this corner of this window. So I'm just going to use the tip, and we've got a line down that side and a line down that side. So I'm just going to get that into the very, very tip. Can you see that okay? Or is my hand in the way?
Are you alright?
No, it's alright, is it? Right. Sometimes when you hold the pen upright, it causes your hand to be in the way and you can't actually see on camera very well. And then we're going to come down this side here. And you're going to go all the way down to the bottom. Just like that. And what I'm going to do is give it another go. So extra layer. So we put the first layer in, and now we can go over the second layer just to darken it down nicely. Right. Now what I'm going to do is there's a little bit just going across there, so we're just going to add that in using the tip again. Great thing about this shader is that you've got the larger area there for, you know, nice soft edges, but they are wide, and then you have the tip for adding in, you know, the details on things. So it's pretty versatile really. So I'm just taking a look, and I see that I can put a little bit in there. So I'm just going to twist away and just pull down. I'm only coming down a little bit, I'm not coming down all the way, just there. And that's actually a little bit lighter than that one there. It's just because of the reflection off the window. But what I'm going to do now is turn up to a 37 and add in another layer on here.
Mr. Bigfoot, Wayne Bigfoot's joined us.
Hey up, Wayne, how are you and Valerie doing? So I'm just using the edge just to sharpen that line up a little bit, and I'm going to come down. Then I'm going to come all the way down actually, because there's a line. There's quite a dark line. Hope you guys are doing okay. So using the tip just to come all the way down, look. So from this side here, I'm going to pull using the tip. I'm going to pull it down all the way to there, to that corner, and then I'm going to do the same again and pull across there. Now I don't generally do a lot of hard lines when you're doing realistic wood burning, but because of the sharp lines on this car, you need to put some of them in. Generally if you put lots of outlines and things on your wood burning, or you're realistic, trying to aim for realistic wood burning, it just looks a little bit cartoonish. So just be mindful that use your pencil lines as your outline and don't actually wood burn an outline. So I'm just going to twist away and I'm going to pull this way. It's easier to come from a line than it is to go up to it, and quite often you end up going over it. Well, I do anyway. So pulling that across there. There we go. It's getting there. It's getting there. Right, so just taking a look. So kind of sitting back and having a little bit of a look overall, and to see what else I need to do. I need to get this dark in down here, and there's a bit of dark there. So I think we're going to get those in. So just going to, I've got a really fine line across there, so I'm just going to put that in so it comes down from there. So using the tip and just pulling across there. So it's ever such a fine line, just not doing one line, just making sure that I keep going over and over. And this is just so I can have a nice even line. And we've got here this dark bit, so I'm just going to add in just here using the tip, and then come the other side.
Oh, Mr. Jamie Page has joined us.
Hey up, Jamie, how you doing?
I'll be moaning in a minute, you didn't call him Jamie Page.
Oh, Jamie Pie, sorry. I hope you and Vicky are doing okay. Jamie Pie. So, just bringing that off. How did you do with your Make-A-Wish? So just going to use the edge here, and I'm going to twist and I'm going to pull down so we can get that dark in there. So pulling that down.
And Jamie says, phew, I thought I was in trouble there.
No, you're not in trouble. Hope you guys are doing okay. Just pulling that down there like that. Just gently. Again, I'm lifting my pen and going over and over. Just helps to create an even line. What are you chuckling at now?
Haley and Mick have been talking about the fact that she hasn't used a laser. Haley doesn't like doing software.
Right.
And Wayne says, Haley, if you check the software for the laser, you'll find it has a giraffe option. That's because the software engineers watched this YouTube channel and saw the giraffes are quite popular.
Oh dear me.
And Jamie says $18,900 was the total.
Nice. That's a fantastic total.
Well done, guys.
Yeah, absolutely fabulously well done. That is amazing. How many wishes does that cover?
Over 2.
Is that 2 and a bit? 2.5, is it?
I think it's $8,000 a wish.
Yeah, what, 16,000, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
so-
Yeah, would be for 2. So yeah, 2 and a bit. That's absolutely fabulous. So pull in that.
Yeah, and Jamie says 2 and a bit.
Yeah. It's absolutely amazing. It really is. So just pull in that down there. There we go. So that's got to be quite a bit darker. As you can see, this is nearly black, and that's not. And you've got brown and another shade of brown. So we're going to go over.
They're all shades of brown.
I know they're all shades of brown, but you can actually get a black. You just got to be careful. So just using the tip, and I'm just going to come from this side, and I'm going to put in just there. So it's just that line down there. Just going to meet up with the line that we've just done, really. Just pulling it across there and down to there, just to meet up with that. And then there's a little bit underneath, so I'm going to do that again. Just getting that dark in there. There's actually a lighter line, so I'm trying to leave a lighter line just there. But we can go back in with a knife in a second, or the knife blade. I tend to use blades, no particular reason besides they're to hand. I'll put a little bit across the top there. Only a little bit, just to neaten up that line. That's all I'm doing, is neatening up that top bit there. So bring that across there. So just gonna add some more into there actually. Just bringing it, just using the tip to the edge and just pulling it across and down. There we go. Just sharpen that corner up. That's better. Nice and sharp now. Okay then, so I'm just going to come down here again, just here. So I'm just going to use the tip just to come down just a little bit, just to darken that bit off there. I've actually got a rounded bit that I've not put in, so I'm just going to put that in using the tip just to go around. There we go. Bring in that around there to meet that bit down there. There we go. I'm not very technical with words, but we get it done. So just going to pull that down a little bit actually. It looks a little bit wide, that line does. I'm just going to narrow that off a little bit. That looks better. There. Right. I think we can actually come back over here a little bit more. So add a little bit into that window wiper there. So just a little bit on the tip, just to darken that down a little bit. Sometimes it's better to sort of put something down like this and then go do something different and then come back, and then you can see where it's not quite looking right. So you're going to get that there. Because quite often it can not look right and you're not quite sure why. There we go. And then just going to darken again. Look, you can see the difference between the dark and it's well, not being dark enough, should I say. So I'm just going to add another layer into that one there. Pull that down there. There we go. Actually, I think we can go again just a little bit more just there, I think. There we go. So let's start on this bit here. I've got that many creases in this paper. I always end up with loads of creases in the paper because I like to fold it over, see where I am and see whether I'm dark enough or not. So just going to add in just a little bit across there underneath there. So and then I'm going to use the tip. It's got a dark line across there, so I'm just going to use the tip just to come across there like that. There we go. And I am actually going to stop and take a slurp of water because you just talk and talk. There we go. Right. And start again. So, just a little patch under there, just going to get that in there, just using the tip and the edge, and twist away and just gently move it backwards and forwards. No pressure on this pen. And I always have to remember as well not to squeeze my pen, because quite often I'm squeezing my pen because I'm trying not to put pressure on there and end up with the writer's cramp basically. So remember, don't squeeze your pen and don't put any pressure on. So just gently moving that backwards and forwards, just to add that in there.
Oh dear, sounds like Wayne's had a bad day.
Oh, why?
He was in the workshop today, turned a few items and every one went wrong.
Oh no. Don't you just hate it when days like that happen?
Lathe for sale.
Lathe for sale. No, it won't be. You'll be fine. So, just going to add this very thin line in here. Comes all the way down. There, like that. So just using this tip again on the edge. And just bring in that up, and again, to do this line and keep the line consistent, you need to make sure that you short strokes and go over and over rather than trying to do it in one foul swoop. So what have we got? So we've got this dark bit here, which is this bit, and then we've got to bring this up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is contour shading. So I'm going to go with the shape. So I'm going to bring it up and around. And it just helps to create the illusion of the shape when you do contour shading. And just keep layering it like that. And bring it up a little bit more because it's a little bit darker just there. So we're just going to use it on it, using this on its edge, twisted slightly, still making sure that I'm going with the shape. So up and to the left. There we go. So it's adding that in there nicely. I'm going to go over that one more time. There we go, and you can see it's starting to gain that shape. Now we've got lots of little bits of rain and stuff on here, and we will put that in. Well, we will actually take that out. So I'm going to shade over, so going in now using the edge, and I'm going to tilt my pen and then pull it back there. So with this, with the rain on here, because it's only tiny raindrops, we can actually take them out with the knife. Put a little bit, just a little bit more in there, I think. There we go. Right, all I'm going to do is go backwards again, so add in into there. Push in all the way back time are we on?
9 minutes to go.
Really? Oh wow. So I'm going to twist away and I'm going to pull this way towards me rather than away. There we go. And add another layer in there. And there's not actually much difference between the tonal values there. The only thing that's different is like a white line there. So just going to gently move backwards and forwards over that bit there and get some layering in. And I'm not so bothered about it being completely even in shading because that's got a lot of texture on it anyway. Just taking that back that way. So it's slow and steady, but it definitely works. To be nice and slow. So just gonna push that in again. Just gently using that swinging motion. I'm just making sure I lift my pen up, I'll lift it up and then put it back and lift it up each side. Just helps to not have those stop-start blobs. So what I'm going to do is just put that there a second, turn it off. I'm use my knife and I'm just going to put in this line here. It actually comes down this, so I've got it flat and I'm going to twist it this way to pull down to me. So I'm going to put this in. Just ever so lightly, don't need it. See all the way down now. Don't need it too much there. There we go. And then I'm going to take that. So I've got it twisted away and I'm going to go over. So over there like that. Clean the end of that off. So just add in that. Just that line, nice fine line. So you're going over and over and over. Don't gouge your wood, don't put a hole in it. If you press too hard you will put a hole in it. It's a sharp knife after all. And just going to add some of these. So just going to pull it out in little sections. And now all I'm doing is placing this down and pulling a little bit. Don't need to do too much, but we just want to add a little bit of that rain texture in, just on there like that. We don't want it all out in one block. We want it everywhere because rain goes everywhere. Been quite good recently, hasn't it? It's not rained too much.
No, it's not been bad at all.
Are you daydreaming? So pull a little bit in there. So these knives here are great because they've just got the point. So you can use a lot of craft knives and stuff like that. I just use these Stanley blades just because I've got them to hand. You just have to watch your fingers. There we go. A little bit of a... Oops, I'm going to try that way, so I'm going to go that way. Just... where is it there? I'm going to pull that down there like that.
Four minutes to go.
There we go. So just adding that bit in there. There we go. So, just going to put that bit in, just there. Gently pull that away. Just there. So, what's that? 4 minutes to go. Move over. Let me have a go.
Not particularly, not unless you want to.
What do you guys reckon? Reckon he needs to have a go? What we're doing this week, Mick?
No, Mick says Bernie.
Bernie, that's what they come for, Bernie. Just adding a few more bits of, just a bit more texturing in there really. As you can see, that's starting to look like it's wet and rainy on there.
Yeah, he says Sylvester.
Sylvester, right.
Better make sure you connect this into this, haven't I?
Yeah, I'm just going to put a little bit in that light actually. No point in starting the burner back up because he's going to be starting Bernie in a minute, so I'm just going to add a few of these highlights in. There we go. And then here too on this light, and just pull that down, and then there we go. You can add a little bit in there too. Again, just going over and over. I don't want to gouge the wood. Actually, we've got a little bit around there, haven't we? Just here. So just add that in there. And then bring that there. That's it. I think that's looking pretty good. Need to finish off that wheel as well, don't we? The wheels. That's what we were doing last week, wasn't it? You sorted?
Sorted, isn't it?
So there we go. So we've got in some of that, and some of the interior in there, and start on that that bonnet. So let's pull that out so you guys can have a proper look. There we go. You can see that it's starting to get in there just nicely. Starting to look pretty realistic, really. Yeah, there's your picture. There's your burning. So, right, piece of wood, please, sir. Right, so we'll move that over there. Oh, he's got his piece of wood. Just take that out a little bit. Oh, messy desk. Messy desk, don't want to see that, do you? Right, can I have that scrap of pencil that you've got there, please? Thanks. Have you seen the size pencil that is?
I don't know where all the pencils are.
That's all right.
Oh, I do. They're all packed up, aren't they?
They're all packed up because I was, what's it in? Is that the one,
Whatever. There's a few there. Just pick one.
Right, so let's go for Sylvester. To go with Tweety from last time, wasn't it? Wasn't last week, it was the week before, because you were skiving last week. Weren't you? Yeah.
Not about skiving.
Yeah, you were. You were definitely skiving last week. So, from there to there. Down there. Yeah, you were. Granted, you were putting brakes on Sam's car, but I still reckon you were skiving.
Mick says, Kezzy, it doesn't matter, it's going to be a giraffe. We all know it.
Yeah, that's the one. I have to try and make it, you know, he can't blame the drawings then, can he, if it's drawn okay. Or ish, you know.
The drawing is certainly better than my burning.
We're about there.
Good job you can draw, isn't it?
It is really, isn't it?
Where's your presentation piece, Phil? Not on the wall yet.
No, I've got it here. I was going to show everybody. Right, let's go.
There's a lot of lines.
It's a cartoon character. What do you expect? Seriously. Hmm?
Oh dear.
What?
And Lucy says, Andy has just tripped a fuse. My TV lights and gone off.
Oh, bless you. Oh, dear me. Which printer did it? Right. So we've got here, and we've got...
I'm now watching on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Oh, a bulb blew in the garage.
Oh, right, okay. It's always what happens though, isn't it? When you try to do something or watch something or whatever, it actually that needs to be over there. Ignore that line.
And I'm really going to remember to ignore that line.
Hang on. No, don't work very well. Not on this piece of wood anyway. There we go. Sort of, love. There we go, another ear to do there. Going off the board now, look. There we go. Oh, hang on.
What?
I haven't done his
Oh,
bosses.
details.
Yeah. That's the whole point of it, isn't it? There you go. Sylvester.
Oh, if this is going to go badly, I can see.
Oh, dear me. So here we go. Watch your wire. If he pulls his white mire out, folks, it's because he's swearing.
Yeah, it could be the one. I'm really going to have to learn to do this the other way around as well, aren't I?
What other way around?
So I'm holding the blowtorch the other way around. So
Well, what are you waiting for? There's no time like the present.
oh yeah, right.
Well, how? When else are you going to learn? You don't normally, you don't practice. It's the only practice he gets, folks, is just here. Hey up, Huey, how you doing? Stepmothers, Lucy. How is Polly and kids? Look, it's a giraffe head. It's not quite. Hey up, Sneaks. How you doing? How's you and Mama Sneaks?
Well, they're all appearing now.
Yeah. They all appear for this. They'll come to watch me. Don't worry, Sneaks. You don't need to come on, mate. It's here if you fancy it, and not if you don't.
Where to go now? This is going to be awkward. Uh-oh.
Does it ever bother you, Kez, that you do all the work of art and Phil ruins it? He's like the Just Stop Oil protesters who ruin artwork. No. It's quite funny, actually. It's quite funny. Because he actually hates being on the camera, and it's quite good to watch him squirm. Is that true, sir?
I don't do cameras.
I know you don't do cameras. So it's good to watch you squirm. So it's only your hands as well.
I'll just turn the blowtorch out. It's about to go out.
Because maybe we should start with Bernie or get Phil his own hour. Can you imagine how many giraffes he'd do in an hour? I don't think he'd cope with an hour, mate. Although, he's getting better. Look at these lines here. Have you seen his technique? He's found a new one. Look at that.
Yeah, sort of.
He's learnt to heat up the tool and use the tool.
Well, I'm using the tool in my left hand.
Yeah. Well, you right hand, switch it over.
No, because it won't work.
Okay. Mick, I agree with Phil getting his own hour. But then you guys would never come and see me.
Certainly ain't coming for this.
This is more a beard now. Oh dear me. Yeah.
Well, we're getting there, I suppose.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Go on.
Here we go, try and work around the camera.
Go on. You do realise his nose is red, you know.
Will be when I burnt it.
Of course, yeah, Lucy says, of course we would. Yeah. I believe you, Lucy. Sneak says, there's nothing wrong with being left-handed.
Apart from I'm not left-handed.
Yeah, he's not left-handed. Sneaks is left-handed, and I'm left-handed. I know you're not. Anybody else left-handed in the chat? Or your righties? New channel, Bear and Spirit. That's from Jamie. Oh, dear me.
Help.
So come on then, guys. Write in the chat. Are you left-handed or right-handed? And if you are the opposite, can you do anything with your other hand? No rude comments, please. So Ward's a righty. Jamie's a righty. 2. Get your head out the way of the camera.
I'm trying to.
Lucy's left-handed, but right-handed. Yes, I can do that too. Wayne is neither-handed. Can't use either hand.
I won't say I can either, mate, so I don't worry about that.
Ward says, I'm able to turn with my left hand. So that's good. That's really good. Because a lot of people can't do that. Mick,
Well,
we could call it Bernie curse. Bernie curse. Hayley, she's right-handed. I can switch hands a bit on the lathe. It's quite a talent to be able to switch hands, isn't it? I confuse...
a talent I haven't got, obviously.
Yeah. All the labels of most tools show on the left side.
Oops, went off there.
Do I have to record right-handed? Nick, I'm right-handed but can turn left-handed and do joinery left-handed. That's pretty cool. Kez from Lucy. Kez, we would watch Phil first and then let the professional take over. Yeah.
I think we ought to see what Kez can do with a spatula and a blowtorch.
Okay. I'm sure I started that off.
Well, probably. Whoops. Got a bit of a giraffe bit there.
He started with his giraffe. I was only here for this question and now I have to keep it clean. Yes, Huey, keep it classy, darling. Are you right-handed or left-handed? Lucy, scissors are my pet hate. They say they are for either left-handed or right-handed, but they never are. Actually, I cannot use a pair of left-handed scissors. It's weird.
Oops.
Nice one, Wayne. Wayne says, the way Phil does this with his right hand, he's obviously left-handed. You're singeing his, cheeks.
Yep, definitely.
Huey's right-handed. Mick.
Oh dear.
Because if
Hang on, I'm
Phil
gonna have to
gets
turn
his
it.
own hour, maybe you should do a fire safety course. Yes, mate. We might need to find a fire safety marshal.
But
Just to be on
might have to
standby.
add some more fire extinguishers in the building. Whoa.
Yeah, we've got one fire extinguisher over there. It's only about 4 foot away, just in case. You never do know. I thought I saw a putty cat, Lucy says.
I don't. It's a giraffe.
Oh dear.
Let's try and pick up this line up here.
Yeah. Come on, get it in there.
These are getting longer and longer.
You chose a big piece of wood. You were on smaller pieces of wood before.
There is that, I suppose. Oh dear.
Oh, yeah, okay, Sneak. So it says, sorry, most tool logos are on the left side, so I have to record right-handed. We live in a right-handed world, mate.
Oh, couldn't quite get that bit.
I shake hands with my right because my left hand grips too much. Don't want to know, Wayne. Oh.
Right,
And
what else do we need to do?
Mick says it's an answer of your things getting bigger, right? Well, your wood's getting bigger. Is that Mick says? Well, you were skiving last week.
I wasn't skiving. I was up to my eyes in bloody brake dust.
Mhm.
And brake adjusters that didn't adjust.
Was it the spring that got you?
Sorry.
Was it the spring that got you?
No,
hand?
that was me. What's it? That was the
Took a couple of chunks out of his hand.
wheel lug nuts,
Yeah.
trying to get the caliper off.
You're very concentrated over there, sir.
My hand's killing me.
Go on, keep going. You're all right.
I'm going to turn him upside down now.
You know how the saying goes, don't you?
Let's try and get these lines in.
Mick says, "Give us a break, Phil." He's concentrating. Can you hear the ticking?
Steam coming out. I don't know about ticking.
Steam. No, that's fire, love, not steam. So Lucy says, I'm left-handed because I can't feel what I'm doing properly with my right hand. I can't even lift a kettle, a pan with my right hand properly. Ah. So were you originally right-handed then?
Oh, there's a line down there, isn't there?
There's lots of lines on there, love.
They're getting less. They're getting less.
And Huey says, Clive, ask Lumberjack about their range of left-handed screwdrivers. Is that like a left-handed paintbrush?
Oh.
Lucy says she doesn't know. Has it always been that way, Lucy? He's doing rather well today. How very dare you? From Sneaks. Mick says they do left-handed hammers too. Do you realise that as left-handers, we have actually heard all these before? Come on, give me a new one. You're doing rather well. Where's the giraffe?
Well, there's a few splodgers. Get warm enough. Do that
Oh,
one.
right, okay.
Oh, there's another splodge there. Just for you.
Fab. Glass hammers and tartan paint too, mate. That's rainbow paint, not tartan.
It could be either.
That's interesting, Lucy. Because he's getting good. We need to up our game. We do, mate. We do. I think.
I need to learn to use the gas torch in the other hand, I think.
Okay. You're going to practice with your gas torch?
No.
On the other hand?
I'll just attempt it one day. Oops. Oh, I'm missing the tip of his
Nicky
ear
needs a
here.
more difficult option, says Lucy. Yeah.
We're going to be running for an hour and a half at this rate.
Get your head out of the camera.
Oh, sorry.
Nobody wants to see your head.
No. Oh, it's got 2 eyes.
He has got 2 eyes. Normally Sylvester has 2 eyes, so I did draw 2 eyes. No good giving him 3 or 4, was there? Or even 1. Because then it'd be Mike Wazowski. The only problem with that, Lucy, is that I have to draw the more difficult ones. Because he can't draw. We could have mixers, you could have crayons.
Well, we have to put the lines there first.
Yeah, but you got to add some crayons. Can I give you a red crayon?
No.
Why? Go on, I can give him a red crayon for the nose today. Go on. Kev, give him a drawing lesson. He won't have one from me.
Oh, nearly there, guys, nearly there. Oops, I've got to try and go around the corner now.
Yeah, go around the corner. Well, you're going to splodge it black. It is black, you know, that eyeball.
I know, but...
So is his head. Although everybody's looking at this upside down, you reckon you could turn it the right way up, do you reckon?
Doesn't look any better.
No,
I've
but
got
at
a
least
line
people
down here
think
that isn't quite in.
There you go. At least people don't think they're standing on the head. Send him to an evening class.
Yeah, right.
There you go. There's the answer. Oh dear me. If he can't learn it off YouTube, he doesn't want to learn it.
Where have I got to go now?
Or Google. Google's another one that he likes to learn from. And he only likes to learn something new if he's got to do it. If he hasn't got to do it, he's not going to learn it. It's like see a need, fill a need type thing. Hey, look at that.
It's a
Doing
bit
quite well.
cross-eyed.
Looks like he's
Cross-eyed
cut
cat.
himself shaving a few times, mine, but he's not bad. You done?
Try and not get too giraffe-like.
Whoop, there's singed him. He's learnt a new trick, guys. He heats up the tool.
Let's try it the other way around.
Change hands, that. Oh dear.
Right, let's try black his eyes in without making him to look too much like a giraffe.
There has to be a drawing tutorials on YouTube. There's certainly crochet ones. Yeah, my friend tried to get me to learn crochet so I could show her how to do it. Yeah, that didn't work. That definitely didn't work. Although I don't really like crochet, so... Or knitting. Doing it, that is. Not... Everybody else's is quite alright, but... I appreciate the craft,
I'm
but...
scrumbling with a spatula with that, do you?
Yay! Scrumble, scrumble, scrumble. Scrumble, scrumble, scrumble. Yeah. I appreciate the craft, but it's not for me.
Well, it's not very good, but hey ho.
Keep going. Layer it, love. Layer it. Learn to layer.
No,
What have you done?
Splodged his eye.
He's boss-eyed.
There's your giraffe moment.
Oh dear me.
It was going so
See you later,
well.
Ward. Thanks for coming to see us. Hope you have a great week.
It was
Bernie
going
Bernie
so well.
Scrumble Mix says.
That's your lot.
Crochet I find easy, but I struggle with knitting. I struggle with both. So, there you go.
I burnt his eye.
Bernie, Bernie, Bernie. Bernie, Bernie, Bernie. So there you go. That's what we have. There's Sylvester with Tweety. from a couple of weeks ago. So you can see he's starting to get a little bit better.
The cross-eyed cat.
Oh my gosh. What are you like? Right. You haven't even filled his... Look, he hasn't even filled all his nose in. Look at that. Right. I'm going to show you this. So this was the award that was supposed to be shown last week, and I completely forgot to bring it in the workshop. So there you go. We have Phil Halliday, Giraffe Artist of the Year 2025. So if you were here last week, you would have seen Mick awarding it to him. And it was Mick and Rob that did it. Well, Rob made it from Klingspor, and Mick awarded it. So it was absolutely fabulous. It's great.
And Lucy says he's cross-eyed because Tweety's just hit him over the head.
Yeah, probably. Won't surprise me. So there you go. That was the award from last week. Absolutely fantastic, and it will have a spot on the wall. So I've got to show you guys that. That's what we was working on, and we will switch over to here. So that's all, folks. So right, that is it for us this week, and we will be back next week. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up, and we will see you next week. Bye, guys.
And that's organised. See you guys.
See you later.